Because, sorry about that, had to check, I have a 15-minute limit on YouTube. But basically, the gut check participant this week doesn't win, as usual. A lot of people, a lot of the reviewers, like the Brad Rules and the British Fist and a few others, the Off the Rope Show hasn't done their review yet, so I'm just anticipating to hear what the Schleg Daddy has to say about this. But basically they said this guy was sloppy in the ring, kind of botched a few things. So, but we'll see what happens. If they give him a contract, then it's basically the way of continuing the whole Joey Ryan anti-TNA deal. And then we get Ken Anderson calling out, Mr. Anderson basically calling out Bully Ray for his final, not Bully Ray's, but for Anderson's final BFG series match. And this one was very good. I mean, I'll say this was a very good wrestling main event, if you will. Match main event, if you will. It looked like Bully Ray was going to win with the Bubba Bomb, and, you know, it looked like Anderson was going to win with the Green Bay Plunge and then the Kenton. But finally, it came down to, you know, Ken blocking the Bubba cutter, Bubba getting caught up, I think, right into the mic check, and boom, Ken gets the win. But basically, right now, he's not in a good position to probably win the Bound for Glory series unless some kind of craziness happens. And then we get the main event segment with, again, just like at the beginning, Sting coming out with the entire TNA roster, calling out the aces and eights, and as soon as they do, a majority of them, we end up having a big old brawl. Now, before this happened, you had, I guess, the spokesperson of Aces and Eights saying, hey, we're going to do what we do best, unleash hell, and deliver the dead man's hand. So basically you have a big old brawl ensue, which I thought was pretty good, because you had it all over the arena, you had it all over the backstage area, in the parking lot, just all over. And then out came what many people consider the main members, the actual wrestlers, the ones that are going to be prominently featured for Aces and Eights, come out, and they're fighting with, you know, Hardy, RVD, and Aries in the ring. But as soon as they kind of as soon as their numbers game gets the best of Aries, RVD, and Hardy, they take the guardrail, put it on the top corner, I think it was on the top right-hand corner, turnbuckle, in the back, not in the front, not like, okay, here's my TV here, here's the turnbuckle here, but it's the other turnbuckle over here. So basically they put it there, they bring Aries' arm up, put his arm right there, and then take a chair and wham! Just boom, right on top of his arm. Now we don't know if it's broken or anything, because what he did is he took off his wrist, his armrest, or his armband, his wristband, to kind of, I guess, relieve the pressure. I don't think it's broken or anything. If it is broken, and this is TNA's way of saying, hey, we got to let him have a month off so he can rest, then, you know, before Bound for Glory, let him heal up, then that's fine. If it's the storyline of, and I know many people don't want to hear this, and I know Jeff Sheikel would not want to hear this, but if this is TNA's way of saying, hey, we got to take the belt off him like now, and let the Bound for Series winners, the Final Four, battle it out for the title at No Surrender, to me it's like, you know, seriously, that's how you're going to probably have him drop the title with an injury? But I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, if they do, but I don't think so. I think more along the lines, he's just going to probably have to have a cast or something like that on his arm, where either he'll be able to still wrestle or he'll just be out for a few weeks. And then we have them riding off after all the roster comes back in. We have after Bully Ray comes in, actually, with the chain, swinging at them and trying to hit him with the chair. We have them riding off on the motorcycles, you know, down the street of Orlando. Now, the question still arises after tonight, who is the leader? Well, for weeks, it was perpetrated and looked like it could be James Storm. That wasn't the case, because he was helping out Hulk in the backstage area during the final brawl. He's the one that suggested turning the show from a wrestling to an ass-whipping show at the beginning. So we knew after last week it wasn't him, but the question now is who? And with Aces and Eights leaving, with the chain being, with Bully Ray coming in with the swinging chain, it basically now presents the possibility, could it be Bully Ray? Could it be Bully Ray? You know, because in a sense, when you look at Bully Ray, from a storyline perspective and sense, it would kind of make sense to target him as the #1 suspect, being the leader, because basically who his character is. He's a bully, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to become the man, to be champion. Now, there are other prospects out there, like some people are still saying it's got to be Hogan. Now, here's the thing. Why would sources report that they're planning to do maybe a handicap match with Sting and Hogan against the members of Aces and Eights at Bound for Glory if it was going to be Hogan that's the leader? It doesn't make sense. I mean, why would you use this entire year to rebuild him back as a face to turn him heel again? Doesn't make sense. Right? Doesn't make sense. Another thing as well is there's other possibilities. Some people still feel that Aries being taken out with the arm, between the chair and the barricade, aid, if you will. You know, some people might think it could be him. Because think about it this way. Aries wants to be champion for a long time. He thinks he's the greatest man in the world. Yeah, he's a fan favorite. He's a babyface right now. But wouldn't it be something that he'd be the last person you'd think to be the leader? And then, of course, is basically what everybody's feeling is the obvious answer, and what has been reported as the obvious answer to being the leader, and that's Jeff Jarrett. But why would Jarrett want to do this? Why would he want to lead a faction against his own company? My only solution is, one, it's the Hall of Fame thing. It has to do with the Hall of Fame induction of Sting. And two, maybe it's because TNA may be considering Jarrett for one last run with the title before he officially hangs it up. I'm saying may. I'm not trying to say that I'm correct in that portion, but I'm just, it's just my opinion. But then also you got the thought it could be Eric Bischoff, maybe even Garrett Bischoff, that's leading this group against TNA for power and everything. Like for Eric, it would be Payback. For Garrett, it might be saying, hey, I'm a Bischoff. Bischoffs are always in control. I'm going to lead this group and we're going to take over. And again, that would be the last person that would be another person who you'd least expect. But again, according to strong sources and reports, it's probably going to be Jarrett. Maybe not. Maybe they'll swerve us. Maybe they'll swerve us, and who knows? It may be Bischoff, maybe Eric, or maybe Garrett Bischoff. We don't know. But that's all I'm going to say. Sorry this review is in 2 parts. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Video response if you like. And I'll talk to you all later.